Did you ever notice every time a hero escapes, a villain dominates, or a rebel hits the open road in a Hollywood movie, it's almost always the same motorcycle? Not a Kawasaki, not a Ducati, not a BMW, a Harley Davidson, every single time. And the question nobody actually asks is, why? Because Harley Davidson is not the fastest, not the lightest, not the most technologically advanced motorcycle on the planet. So why does Hollywood keep choosing it over and over for 70 years straight? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why. And once you see it, you'll never watch a Hollywood motorcycle scene the same way again. Easy Rider. Let's go back to where it all started. Dennis Hopper directs Easy Rider. Two men, two motorcycles. The bike Wyatt rides, the Captain America chopper, isn't a factory Harley. It started as a stripped-down 1950s Harley Davidson Hydroglide, former police motorcycle, completely rebuilt, extended front forks, stars and stripes fuel tank, minimal bodywork, built not for speed, but for expression. And here's what makes this moment important. Dennis Hopper didn't create the idea that Harley equals freedom. That feeling already existed. Real bikers were already living it. Clubs were already forming. Roads were already being owned. Hollywood just pointed a camera at something that was already true. And when the world saw it on screen, something clicked. Before Easy Rider, choppers were underground. After it, chopper culture went mainstream overnight. This was the first time Hollywood realized a Harley Davidson doesn't just carry a character. It tells the audience exactly who that character is before they say a single word. Terminator 2. Now fast forward 22 years. Arnold walks into a biker bar. Cold eyes. Zero emotion. He walks out on a 1990 Harley Davidson Fatboy, one-handed, reloading a shotgun mid-motion through a Los Angeles River chase. The Fatboy had barely hit dealerships when filming began. Solid disc wheels. Wide aggressive stance. A frame designed to look rigid and unstoppable. And here's what nobody talks about. That scene wasn't written around the Fatboy. The Fatboy was chosen because it looked exactly like what the Terminator should ride. Not fast, not agile, unstoppable. A machine riding a machine. Before Terminator 2, the Fatboy was just another new Harley model. After it, sales exploded. The Fatboy became a global icon overnight. Hollywood had now used Harley Davidson to communicate two completely different things. Freedom in 1969, unstoppable power in 1991. Same brand, completely different emotion. Both times, it worked perfectly. Captain America. Now here's where Hollywood gets intentional. When Marvel needed a motorcycle for Captain America, the most patriotic superhero ever created, the choice was never a debate. The bike is based on the Harley Davidson WLA, a real military motorcycle. During World War II, Harley Davidson produced over 90,000 units for Allied forces, nicknamed the Liberator, built to be dropped in combat, repaired quickly, and ridden back into battle. The film version stays remarkably close to the original, olive finish, minimalist military setup, stripped of everything unnecessary. And this is the key moment. Marvel didn't put Captain America on a Harley because it was cool. They put him on a Harley because by 2011, after Easy Rider, after Terminator, after decades of cultural association, a Harley Davidson on screen already meant something to every single person in that cinema. They didn't have to explain the character. The bike did it for them. Sons of Anarchy. Now this one is different from everything else on this list. Not a movie, a television series. 7 seasons, millions of viewers. Every single episode, Harley Davidson front and center. The Dyna platform ridden by Jax Teller and the entire club. Customized, aggressive, built for long rides in formation. Twin rear shocks. Balance between comfort and control. A motorcycle that became the symbol of brotherhood, loyalty, and territory. And here's what nobody talks about. Sons of Anarchy created an entirely new generation of Harley Davidson buyers. People who had never considered a motorcycle in their life watched that show and walked straight into a dealership. No movie can do what 7 years of weekly television did for Harley Davidson. Sons of Anarchy didn't just feature a Harley, it sold a lifestyle to millions of people who didn't know they wanted it yet. Avengers Age of Ultron. Everything before this was about rebellion, power, and freedom. This one is about the future. Black Widow rides the Harley Davidson Livewire prototype through high-speed chase sequences. No rumbling V-twin, no exhaust note, silent, instant, and most importantly, electric. And here's what most people watching had absolutely no idea about. The Livewire wasn't even a production motorcycle at the time. It was still in Harley's experimental program, a concept being tested, not available to buy anywhere in the world. Harley Davidson put their unreleased electric motorcycle inside the biggest film franchise on the planet and introduced it to hundreds of millions of people before it officially existed. That is not product placement. That is strategy at the highest level. So after all of this, Easy Rider, Terminator, Captain America, Sons of Anarchy, Avengers. What is the real reason Hollywood keeps coming back to Harley Davidson? It's not the sound. It's not the look. It's not the American flag on the tank. Here it is. Hollywood sells emotion. Every scene, every character, every costume choice, every vehicle exists to make the audience feel something specific without being told what to feel. And Harley Davidson is the only motorcycle brand on earth that already comes preloaded with emotion. You see a Harley on screen, and your brain already knows freedom, power, rebellion, danger, brotherhood. You don't need dialogue. You don't need explanation. The bike does the work instantly. No other motorcycle brand has spent 120 years building that kind of emotional language into a single product. A Ducati is fast, a BMW is precise, a Kawasaki is technical, but a Harley Davidson is a feeling, and Hollywood has known that secret for 70 years. Every director who puts a character on a Harley Davidson is making one decision: what do I want the audience to feel the moment this person rides on screen? And for 70 years, the answer has always been the same bike. That is the real reason. So now I'm curious, which Hollywood Harley moment hit different for you? The Terminator on the Fatboy? Captain America on the WLA? Or something else? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If this gave you a completely different way of seeing Hollywood and motorcycles, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for the next video. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.